Okay, we are finally on the last generation of our block print project. So, the previous two generations that you did, the first one you just did the basic outline. The second generation you added more to your design. And then on the third generation, what you're going to do is to carve out some kind of design for your background that's going to bring forward your overall shape or design. What you're going to do is, to do that, you're going to choose a larger blade, like a 4 or a 5. I used a 4 on this one. A 5 is a more rounded design, and then a 4 is more square. It's kind of more flat on the bottom. So what you can do is you can either carve out concentric designs like what I did. So I just kind of went around the outside perimeter of my drawing and took that out, and then just kept going with radiating outwards. You can make vertical or horizontal lines just taking out the background, or you could draw a picture of something like if you were to have like a bird in your design, you could always like draw trees or grass, or you could do like a sun with radiating designs. So be as creative as you want to with that, but I don't want you to leave the background just solid and blank. All right, so then once you've done that, you've got your design all carved out, you're going to print the last generation, and the printing's the same. I'm going to use a yellow on this one here, and it's the same process on that. Sorry, my ink's not wanting to come off my spoon here. All right, and so you just get your ink on the tray or on your plate, roll it out just like you've been doing. Make sure your roller is dry when you do this. If it's wet, it's gonna make it kind of soggy. It could leave it. All right, so and then what I'm gonna do once I've got this all the way covered with ink, and kind of go multiple directions on that. That way you get more coverage. And then you're just going to do the same thing on this one that you did on your other prints. So here's my first and second generation, and I'm just going to put my third over top. And you're going to do that on all of your prints. So let me lay that on there. All right, and let me make sure that's pressed in there really good. And then I'm going to lift that, and voila, there you have a 3-generation print. That's kind of light, kind of hard to see that background on there. Let me try it again with a different one. This is why we have done four total prints. I may need to use a different color like blue for it to show up. We are limited on colors. Ultimately, the best color would be white, but I did not give you guys white in your kits, so that's why I chose yellow, because it's lighter. A little bit more ink on that. So I'm just going to add a little bit more ink to my block. Some more. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Try to line it up the best you can. And press down a little bit harder to see if that'll show. And it could be that these colors just aren't going to show up as good. And if that's the case, that's okay. All right, let's lift that and see what it looks like. Ooh, that's a little better. So now you can see I've got this kind of background design. I've got a little bit more yellow on the wings of my cicada, and in the background you can see a little bit where those, whoops, oh, there goes my camera. Sorry about that. You'll see some of those lines printed in between where the raised area is kind of lifted up. Anyway, so when you're done with that, you're just going to wash up your stuff just like I showed you in the 2 videos ago. And to submit this project, I want you to make a slideshow of all of your prints, all 4 of them. I want to, even if they're bad, I want to see them. I will give you a grade for the best one, but this will help me know any problems that might have occurred as you were working. So anyway, you do that in a Google slideshow and then submit it onto Google Classroom. Anyway, have fun. And if you get this done early, there will be one more video for you to watch, and that's extra, and it's just kind of a fun activity you can do with your block when you're done. So anyway, get your messes cleaned up, submit onto Google Classroom, and have fun. And maybe I'll see you in the next video.